I absolutely hate saying goodbye to my parents at the curb or before the security line. It feels so rushed, and half the time I am stressed just trying to figure out where my gate is, let alone managing my bags.
Most travelers think security checkpoints are a hard border. You show a boarding pass or you go home. But there is a completely legal, TSA-approved workaround called a Gate Escort Pass.
Wait, you mean non-passengers can actually go through security? I thought that disappeared in 1999.
It is heavily restricted, but highly accessible if you know the exact words to use. If you need assistance, perhaps you are flying with young children, you have a hidden disability, or you simply require help navigating a massive hub. Your non-traveling companion can accompany you straight to the boarding gate.
So I just walk up to the TSA agent and tell them?
No, the TSA does not issue the pass. You have to go to the staffed check-in counter for your airline, not the kiosk. Your companion must present their government-issued ID. You simply specify that you require an escort to the gate for assistance. The agent will print a specialized pass that allows them full access through the screening checkpoint.
That changes everything for the holidays. But speaking of full flights, the overhead bin battle is a nightmare.
Exactly. And airlines depend on that panic. They charge exorbitant fees for check bags. But what they rarely announce until the very last minute is the voluntary gate check policy.
Oh, you mean when they force you to check your carry-on because the bins are full and you have to wait on the jet bridge?
No, I am talking about volunteering early. On flights that are 80% full or more, the gate agent already knows they will run out of overhead space. Before the announcements even start, walk to the desk and say, "I would be happy to voluntarily gate check my bag to my final destination."
To my final destination? Does that bypass the jet bridge wait?
Precisely. They will print a standard baggage tag, often checking it straight to baggage claim at your final stop, entirely for free. You bypass the luggage fee, you avoid dragging it through the aisle, and you guarantee it makes the connection.
That saves $50 easily. But what about the actual flight? Is there any way to escape the terrible airline food?
There is a trick frequent flyers use on international or long-haul routes where meals are complimentary. Standard meal service is slow, and by the time the cart reaches the back, they are usually out of your preferred choice.
Always. I am always stuck with the weird pasta.
The secret is ordering a special meal. Airlines offer a massive menu: low sodium, diabetic, Hindu, kosher, or gluten-free. You have to request this via the Manage My Booking portal at least 48 hours prior to departure.
Does it taste better? Or is it just different?
Not only are they often fresher because they are prepared in smaller, separate batches, but here is the real perk. To avoid confusing special diets with the standard cart, flight attendants serve special meals first.
So I get to eat, finish, and go to sleep before they even finish serving row 20?
Exactly. It buys you an extra hour of uninterrupted rest. But speaking of timing, there is a boarding right that most passengers are terrified to claim.
Pre-boarding? I thought that was strictly for active duty military, elite status members, or people in wheelchairs. I would feel guilty going up there.
That is the exact psychological barrier the airlines want. They use boarding zones to incentivize credit card sign-ups. But federal regulations under the Air Carrier Access Act mandate a different system.
Wait, so it is a federal law, not just a courtesy?
Yes. Passengers who need extra time to board for any physical or cognitive reason have the absolute right to pre-board. The Department of Transportation clearly states that airline staff cannot demand medical documentation to prove you need extra time.
So if I have terrible anxiety or a recent knee surgery, but no visible wheelchair, I can just pre-board?
Correct. You simply approach the gate agent before boarding begins and state quietly, "I need a little extra time to board." That is the specific required phrasing. Also, one travel companion is legally allowed to pre-board with you to provide assistance.
That takes away so much anxiety. But what happens if the flight is severely delayed? I always feel like I am just stranded with no rights.
Airlines train their agents to deflect blame to the weather. If it is weather-related, they owe you nothing. But if the delay is within the airline's control, like maintenance issues, crew scheduling, or a mechanical failure, you unlock sudden federal entitlements.
Sure, but they never offer a hotel. They just give you a $10 food voucher.
The Department of Transportation cracked down on this recently. They created a customer service dashboard. If a flight is delayed over 3 hours due to controllable reasons, major U.S. carriers have legally committed to providing meal vouchers. For overnight controllable delays, they absolutely must provide hotel accommodations.
But you have to beg for it, right?
You must state your exact legal standing. Say, "This delay is due to a crew shortage, which makes it a controllable delay. I am requesting the meal voucher and hotel accommodation your airline committed to on the DOT dashboard." When you reference the DOT dashboard, gate agents know you understand your rights.
That is brilliant. What if they still say no?
That leads us to the nuclear option. The most powerful person in the airport, the CRO.
CRO? I have never even heard of that acronym.
A complaint resolution official. By federal mandate, every carrier must have a specially trained CRO available at every airport they operate in during operating hours. Most gate agents dread dealing with them because the CRO's job is solely federal compliance.
So if the gate agent denies me something, like forced gate checking my medical device?
You stop arguing immediately. You do not raise your voice. You calmly state, "I am requesting to speak with your complaint resolution official right now." The gate agent is legally required to connect you with the CRO, either in person or by phone, immediately.
That is a game changer. But what about getting a better seat without paying the massive upgrade fees?
Once the aircraft door closes, the jurisdiction changes. The gate agent is no longer in charge. The lead flight attendant is now in command of the cabin.
But if you buy a basic economy ticket, you are stuck in the middle seat, right?
Not necessarily. If you spot an empty row or an aisle seat further up in the main cabin after boarding is declared completely finished, wait until the boarding door is sealed. Then, politely approach a flight attendant.
Won't they get mad if I ask?
It is all about the approach. Say, "I suffer from some mild claustrophobia. I notice row 12 is completely empty. Would it be all right if I relocated there for the flight?" Because the door is shut, revenue management no longer cares. It is entirely at the flight attendant's discretion.
That is amazing and totally free. But getting through the airport physically is exhausting.
It is. And the final secret is perhaps the most protected federal right in aviation. Airlines want you to believe they are doing you a favor if they help you to your gate. They are not. It is called door-to-gate assistance.
Is that just the wheelchair service you see?
Yes, but it goes far beyond just providing a chair. Federal law mandates that airlines must provide free, prompt, guided assistance from the exact moment you step out of your car at the terminal curb, all the way onto the physical aircraft, and through every single layover connection.
The curb? I thought they only helped you once you got through the check-in line.
Incorrect. The mandate begins at the curb. You must request this service during booking or at least 48 hours prior to departure. If the airline fails to provide the assistance promptly, They are in violation of federal civil rights laws.